Hey everybody, Zee Garcia here. Today we're going to be trying to make the best necklace for the queen in this small card game called 7 for the Queen. The players are going to be managing not just what jewels they have in their hand in order to make that necklace for the queen, but also what gems the queen is demanding by playing cards to the table in order to denote what she is looking for. And so you have to manage not just what you're holding back, but also every now and then play something to the center to both give you a special power and put something into demand. Let's go ahead and take a look at how the game works. We'll come on back after that. I'll tell you what I think. Here we're going to be taking a look at a game for 3 players. Each player has a hand of 7 cards, and we've displayed 5 of these gems in the center of the table. We've also got the necklace up here at the top with spots for 7 cards, 7 gems face up on there. So the objective of the game is to have in your hand of cards a combination that matches whatever's on the necklace when the necklace is scored. So on your turn, you are going to do one of 2 things. Very simple. You are either going to play a card to the necklace, or you are going to draw a card. You can take one of these face up, or just draw from the top of the pile. So if you draw, you just take it, you replace one if you took openly, and then it's the next player's turn. If you play, you are going to play to an empty spot in the necklace, and once the necklace is fully filled, then you can start covering up places that are already taken and discard the card under it. But every time you play, you are also going to trigger a special power on the card. And so the different powers allow you to ask another player for a card of a specific color, and if they have one, they have to give it to you. One of them allows you to draw an extra card. Go ahead and take a card from the display. One of them forces all players to discard a card or allows you to discard 3 cards from your hand. There's a reason for that. And one of them allows you to go ahead and trigger a possible scoring for the necklace. Now, let's go ahead and talk about that one, okay? When you trigger a possible scoring for the necklace, and let's go ahead and jump the game forward here a little bit. Let's say these have already been played out there. We've got our display of 5. The players have drawn a few times, so they've got some extra cards in their hands. When you trigger that by playing this kind of card here that has a necklace symbol on it in the index there, then everyone is going to check right then and there if they have a winning combination. A winning combination in this case would be 1 yellow card, 2 white cards, 1 of these purple, 1 green, and then 2 over here that match each other. It does not matter what they are. It could even be a card that's already in here. So if I had 1 yellow, 1 purple, 1 green, and 4 of the white cards, that's a winning combination. So everyone would check if they indeed have one. If no one does, the game simply continues, all right? If someone does, though, and they're the only ones that have a winning combination, they immediately win the game. And if multiple people have a winning combination, then whoever's got the smallest hand size is going to be the winner. So that's why you might sometimes want to discard cards in order to win a possible tiebreaker. This game has no hand limit. I could draw, half the deck into my hand if I want to. And I'll probably win when the necklace is, triggered and scored. But will I be the only one to do so? Because I'm probably going to lose a tiebreaker if someone else also has the combination. That's all there is to it. Very simple. Game, as I said, is over when either someone scores it, but also if the deck runs out, we would trigger a scoring there and see if anyone has it. If no one does, then we see we'll do basically a shrinking of the necklace until someone does have the winning combination. And that's all there is to it. So there you go. That is 7 for the queen. Let's go back up top. Let me tell you what I think of this one. All right, so there it is. As you can see, a pretty straightforward, sort of simple game with some pretty classic ideas, things we've seen in many other games before. Let me go ahead and dive into this. I'll start actually with the things I like the most and finish with a lot of things I thought were just okay, The game overall, I would say, is just an okay filler. Very traditional in many ways, which is okay, but won't stand out in a crowded playing field. So things I really liked. The look. The look of the game is great. The cards are fantastic quality. The illustrations are very nice. The only complaint I have there is the player aid sheets have very tiny print on them. And that's going to be a little tricky if you want to play this with someone whose eyesight isn't that great, you know. And then the other thing is that it's an easy game to play. The ease of play here is high. It's got a lot of sort of tried and true mechanisms that most people who are, you know, gamers of any kind, even folks that play very, very casually, have probably played take that games or understand this idea of making sets. So that's going to help this game out. The other things I thought were just okay. Theme. It's alright, nothing new, doesn't necessarily help the game stand out, this theme. Replay value. I can't see this being played too much. There's not going to be really any sense of discovery from one session to the next. So unless your family happens to really fall in love with it, I don't see it coming back to the table a whole lot. Length, game length. The game lists 10 minutes. I would say that's actually a little low, especially if players are playing carefully. And by that I mean you're not just revealing new gems into the table before you're ready for that. So there's going to be a lot of drawing and a lot of careful playing to the necklace in the center, which is, again, unless players are sloppily playing on purpose almost, then the game's going to be longer than that. To the point that if they're really careful near the end of the game, I could see it outstaying its welcome a little bit. Lastly, strategy and tactics and the luck. The game has some tactics, right? I mean, this idea of making sure you manipulate something when you are ready for that thing to be manipulated, playing the cards with the specific actions, ideally to help you at that moment and not just randomly hurt someone. But having said that, the game has tons of luck in it. There are several kinds of cards that are take that cards. This go fish idea, when you watch people draw openly, isn't really go fish. So I don't like that action very much. You know, the idea of playing a card and saying, okay, give me a yellow. I know you have it because I just saw you take it. Just give it to me. That one, right? That's my least favorite of all the actions. The other ones are okay. Draw an extra card is basically an extra turn. That card gives you another turn. Forcing people to discard cards or discarding yourself, that's clever. I like that, though. Again, it's going to be rare that you do that because the next person could simply change something, and if you discard it to 1, 2, or 3 cards, you might just have robbed yourself of possibly a win when you don't know if the next player is going to change something. So there's that. Overall, lots of take that and a lot of randomness. You know, even with the 5 face-up cards, you just don't know how things are going to play out because the players after you could affect what you're even going for in such drastic ways. So overall, I think it's an okay game. It's an alright little card game. For folks that enjoy Uno, for folks that enjoy very simple take-that card games, yeah, this could work for that group, for those people. Production is fantastic, so I think you're going to enjoy that very much, and the game looks good. But for most folks looking for something new, looking for something here a little bit different, I think this isn't going to be the game for them. So this is somewhere in the middle for me. You know, I find it to be something that, while I enjoyed playing, I'm not going to be coming back to this one. There are simply too many card games fillers that are able to marry take-that mechanisms to a little more control. So there you go. That is 7 for the Queen. Thanks for checking this out with me. I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com.